Hey, it's Brett here, Mountain Bike More, and I'm at the top of the luge, and I'm here to give you my feedback on the Canyon Trail Lux 7. So this bike isn't quite cross country, it's meant to be more down country. So we're at the luge, we've done some pedaling, the thing pedals great. For me, I'm going to replace my XT race bike with it. Now it's not an XT race bike, for me it'll be great. We're going to hit the luge.
And Madera Ranch. And Santiago Oaks. And Aliso Woods.
Oh, I see.
And many more.
I've hit some drops, I've hit some jumps, and we're gonna go see how this bike does. Hey! All right, here we go, down the luge, these berms. Ooh, a little muddy today. Was not expecting that. Woo. Just ate up those rocks right there.
Downhill, terrain that gets chunky or rough. That's where this bike really surprised me. It has the Lux rear triangle, but the front is new, and then it also has a Fox 34 shock. The Fox 34 is not the normal Fox 34, it's the Fox 34 step cap. So it's special for cross country, it's a little bit lighter, and it's awesome. I was blown away at what this bike can do as it goes through chunky stuff, as it goes through little drops and jumps. Overachiever in my book. And then the dropper definitely makes a big plus. The Lux doesn't have a dropper. You have to add that if you want a dropper for that bike. This bike comes in well under $5,000, and you're going to compare it to the $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 bike, so you win there. This bike comes in just under 27 pounds, so it won't be the lightest of the bikes that you compare, but it is light and fast. Climbing and pedaling. This bike has the Shimano 10x51 cassette, 34 tooth chainring, and it wants to go fast when you pedal. It's very firm platform. It also has a lockout, which is super convenient. I use it all the time, and I'm super stoked on its pedaling and its climbing capabilities.
As we already know from a little bit of my earlier pedals, this thing's a great pedaler. So far I've climbed Mathis on it, about a 12 to 15 minute climb, and it just begs to be pedaled fast. The 34 tooth chainring up front begs you to pedal fast. And the bike's efficient enough, no problem. Whereas my other bikes, same cassette, smaller chainrings, I'm grinding it and dying. This bike just pedals right up it.
Racing. Now, I have a trail bike, and that's what I've been riding. I have an enduro bike, I ride that. So this bike was meant to hit the cross-country scene and for races like over the hump, that kind of thing. I'm not a super focused racer, so I wasn't going to commit 100% to a race bike, and this is definitely not a race bike. But you can race it, and I have, and I hit the same speeds. I've gotten really good results compared to what I was getting on my older bike. So it is fast, but it's definitely not a race bike. And that's what shocked me about this bike. This bike has larger wheels. They have 30mm internal width, which is just a bit much for a bike like this, in my opinion. But it's great for durability. It's great for downhill and things like that. And if you're not going to be a hardcore racer, then this bike can do more than just cross-country races. Another thing that kind of surprised me is the front tire. It's a wicked wheel. It's a bit more aggressive than what you'd expect on a cross-country bike. So for me, when I go to set this bike up to be a little bit more race-friendly for me, I'm going to be looking at maybe upgrading the wheel set to something more XC specific and getting lighter, faster tires. Other than that, the bike's been awesome. There's one thing I learned after riding this bike quite a bit, is that with a lockout, you can run your sag at pretty high levels. So I'm running at about 30%, which is more than I usually run, but I'm very comfortable with that because I can hit the lockout real fast and I get the same pedal efficiency that I had before, and I'm not finding myself bottoming it out either. This is what happened after the crash. Didn't have the crash on video, but I did take pictures and video of what happened afterwards. The handlebars hit so hard that they spun through the knock block, and the handlebar should not be able to go across the top tube, which it did. So I had a quick trail repair, rode the bike, and then I had VeloFix take a look at it, and everything was all good after the fact.
Alright, so we're at the top of Waterworks, and this is the type of trail this bike shines on. Smooth, bermy, some small jumps. I don't have a bell, so I can't just completely send it. But the thing handles great. So even though I'm bushwhacking on the inside. Oh, thank you, just one.
Don't forget to subscribe and like.
Oof. Handles those corners perfect. Whew.
Leave me comments.
Can't see well enough to really go fast. Bike is moving through here.
Say hi to racers, wherever you see me. Yep.
Mountain bike number one.
You can lay it over harder on that.
Ride number one.
Here comes my favorite jump.